Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing the Irish vampire movie Feed for you all, which came out a few days ago on streaming services. I'm not particularly familiar with Irish horror movies, except for movies by Neil Jordan. So when the trailer for Feed first appeared, it generally looked like it might be something worthwhile watching. So the film begins with 5 social media influencers that spend a weekend at a forest retreat, but eventually awaken and confront the world's first vampire. The film opens strongly. The early scenes establish a sense of isolation and quiet unease that briefly feels promising. For a short while, it seems as though the movie might lean into something more unsettling or original, or into folk horror movie territory. That hope evaporates quickly. After the solid opening, the movie falls flat and never recovers its early momentum. Excuse me. What follows is a largely uneventful stretch of characters wandering and around, talking and reacting to increasingly familiar vampire movie developments without generating any real tension or surprise. At one point, it looked as though the story might be heading into body horror territory also. There are early hints of physical transformation and infection that suggest something more visceral and unsettling. Those ideas are almost immediately abandoned. The film settles instead into a fairly standard vampire narrative that lacks both originality and intensity. The shift feels abrupt and leaves the movie without a clear identity. It is neither a proper body horror experience nor a particularly effective vampire movie. The acting and cinematography are not the main problems here. The performances are serviceable and the visual style is competent enough for a modestly budgeted horror movie. The trouble is that competence alone is not enough. The film simply is not exciting or scary. It moves at a steady pace, a watchable steady pace, and is not boring in the sense that nothing is happening on screen. Yet almost nothing that does happen carries any real weight. Scare sequences land with little impact. Moments that should feel threatening or exciting or disturbing pass by without generating genuine tension or scares. The result is a movie that occupies your attention without ever gripping it. While there is some gory and bloody moments, it's nothing we haven't seen before. An additional and persistent direction is this strong physical resemblance between the lead actress and the vampire. For large portions of the film, the two look so familiar that it becomes difficult to tell them apart. This visual confusion undercuts any sense of dread and the creature is any dread the creature is supposed to create, and pulls the viewer, I wouldn't say viewer, just say me, out of the story at regular intervals. By the time the credits roll, Feed has revealed itself as a bland, low-energy outing that fails to deliver on the modest promise of its trailer or premise. It is not actively offensive or inept, but it is thoroughly unmemorable or not enjoyable. Nothing about it lingers, and there's little reason to recommend it over countless other vampire films that manage to generate more atmosphere, tension, or invention. For a horror movie, this is a significant failure, and it is why the film lands at a mediocre score for me. So my rating for this movie is, I would say, 1.5 out of 5. This is the director's first movie, I think it is. So, you never know. There could be more movies by this director, and hopefully this director will improve as he makes more movies along the way. So if you like this sort of content, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more upcoming horror movie reviews in the future. Cheers.